Hello and welcome to Only Fools in SAFC. Back again with another video. So you might have seen my community post that I put out a couple of days ago asking what kind of new content you would like on the channel. And one of the replies I got I thought might make quite a good series, kind of focusing on past players who were really good at Legends, if you like. So I've put this together. This is Sunderland Legends #1. And number one for me would be Gary Bennett, first in the series, and without doubt an absolute fantastic servant for the club. My fondest memories of Gary growing up, the days at Roker Park was them marauding runs forward, got the crowd going when he stepped out of defence and just ran and ran and ran. Normally ended up with a shot on target or a shot on goal. Fantastic to see, but he also scored some fantastic goals along the way, like this one.
With less than a minute to go, a draw looked an absolute certainty until a superb piece of individual skill from Gary Bennett, the Sunderland captain, consigned United to their first defeat, and joy on Wearside was unconfined.
It doesn't go any better than that. 91st minute at home at Roker Park, chips over the defender's head and rifles it in, a 2-1 win against Manchester United. Cracking, absolutely fantastic, and he scored many of them, throughout his career at Sunderland. But if we go back to the start of his career, him and his brother Dave, who I think played for Coventry, I believe, started off in youth football at Manchester City. Now, although they both never made an appearance for Manchester City, it was a very good, starting point for the two of them. Now, quite unusually, in 1981-82, when Gary was aged 20, they both made the move to Cardiff City, who were at the time in the second division. I think they were relegated that first season, but during that time, Gary did play 19 games and scored 1 goal. Now, the following season, they had a tremendous season. In 1982-83, they bounced straight back to the second division. Gary played 36 games and scored 8 goals, and I think they finished second on 86 points, I think it was. So, a great first season in professional football, if you like, following his move from Man City. In 1983-84, they kind of consolidated that position in the league, and he played 32 games and scored 2 goals as Cardiff finished 15th in the second division. Now, in 1984-85 came obviously his move to us. I think Lynn Ashurst got the manager's job at Sunderland, and then Gary Bennett made the move to join us in that season. So after 3 seasons, I think he played 87 games for Cardiff and scored 11 goals. 23-year-old, he makes the move to us. I think it's for 85,000, I think it was, which was kind of a mixture of a transfer fee and a bonus because he played 40 games for Cardiff. And he made his debut at home in the first division against Southampton. Couldn't get it off to a better start. I think 2 or 3 minutes in, he actually rifles a bullet header past Peter Shilton. And we actually won the game 3-1. What a debut and a fantastic performance. You couldn't ask for more than to score on your debut. Now, a few of you will probably have been at that game. I don't remember that far back, but if you were, let us know what your thoughts are on Gary Bennett's debut. We also, that season, we got to the League Cup final, where we got beat off Norwich, unfortunately, in the final. I remember where Clive Walker missed a penalty. However, we also got relegated that season. We finished second bottom on 40 points. So although we got to a cup final, we were also relegated to the old second division. But Gary played 46 games and scored 3 goals that season. The season after, it was again a struggle. We finished just 2 places above the relegation league. That season, we only escaped relegation by 4 points. But Gary Bennett played 30 games and scored 4 goals. Now, the season after, in 1986-87, just when you think things couldn't go any worse, we then appoint Laurie McMenemy, who was at the time meant to be our saviour, was going to do all these great things with us. However, it turned out to be one of the worst moments in Sunderland's history, as that season we were relegated to the 3rd division for the first time in our history. But despite that, Gary Bennett still played 45 games and scored 5 goals. So obviously Laurie McMenemy was sacked for the 87-88 season. In came Dennis Smith, and Dennis instantly made Gary Bennett captain, and what a decision that was. We instantly earned promotion back to the second division.
Armstrong's corner was flicked on. Eric Gates made no mistake. It was the signal for amazing scenes of celebration on the terraces and on the pitch. This is what they'd waited for. The party had begun. Manager Dennis Smith had staked his job on winning promotion at the first attempt. He couldn't hide his jubilation. He'd picked up the tattered remains left by Laurie McMenemy. This was his moment, and he savoured every second.
You know, with a team like Gates, Gabby Deeney, Gordon Armstrong, and of course Gary Bennett. He made 48 appearances that season, scored 2 goals. We actually won the league by 9 points, finished above Brighton. Absolutely fantastic, and that kind of got us back on an even keel. The following season in 1988 and 89, we kind of consolidated that place in the second division. We finished 11th on 63 points. Again, Gary Bennett played 45 games and scored 3 goals. Now, you've probably seen in them first 3 or 4 seasons that he's with us, he's played anywhere between 42 and 46 games, never ever injured, but also scores goals along the way. In 1989-90 was the infamous season where we finished 6th and got to the playoff final. And we know we played Swindon in the final, but we also kind of got promotion through the back door, if you like, because of Swindon's financial irregularities. They were thrown out, we got promoted, and then obviously the rest of history, we were back in the first division. But also in that season as well, we got to the League Cup quarter final, and this is probably my biggest memory of Gary Bennett.
Coventry's harrying and chasing has been exemplary, and Speedy leads the chase out. Free kick against Bennett for that, and off the touchline and into the crowd goes David Speedy, and there really is no need for this. Speedy and Bennett involved. Bennett came across to the Scottish international, captured him, and Speedy almost became a spectator. And referee Allison will have very strong words with the Sunderland captain about this. Now we can have a closer look. It's almost a ringside seat here. The tussle initially wasn't too bad, but then that's what followed that wasn't necessary. And he's pulling David Speedy to him too, so they're both being cautioned for their parts in that rather unsavoury incident. And they won't let it rest. And in fact, it's a red card, and Gary Bennett and David Speedy are off. Bennett walks to loud booing here at Roker Park. Speedy says, "What was my part in all that?" So Regis tries to persuade him to go.
You know, my most memorable moment of Gary Bennett at his time in Sunderland. And in that season he played 47 games and scored 3 goals. Again, similar type of theme that we've touched on before. But in 1991, we were instantly relegated back to the second division. We finished on 34 points. Let's say a poor season, relegated straight back. The following season, we got off to a bad start. Dennis Smith was sacked, and in came Malcolm Crosby. Now in that season, we got to the FA Cup final, captained by Gary Bennett, played in the final. Again, another defeat at Wembley. We lost 2-0, but you know, to a great Liverpool side, to be fair. We did have our chances, but it just wasn't to be on the day. But again, in that season, Gary played 46 games and scored 3 goals. The season after that, in 1992-93, was the evolution of the Premier League, where the second division became the first division of the Premier League. So we were then in the first division. Now we only played 15 games that season due to injury, and we only just survived relegation by 1 point. Malcolm Crosby was sacked, you know, halfway through the season. Terry Butcher came in, and we avoided relegation by 1 point. The following season saw Gary back to fitness, 46 games, but he failed to score. But we still finished in 12th place, you know, a decent season. 1994-1995, Gary Bennett played 20 games that season, but again failed to score for the third season running, you know, which is not like him. And we finished 20th at the end of the poor season, just above the relegation zone. Now in 1995, at the age of 33, and playing 427 games and scoring 25 goals, Bennett was allowed to leave and join Carlisle on a free transfer, where he went on to make 31 appearances and score 6 goals. Now, since he left Sunderland, then I think he played for Scarborough for 2 years. He played 46 goals, played 46 games for them and scored 10 goals before then moving to Darlington. And then in the year 2001, at the age of 38, he played his final game for Scarborough before he retired. And he finished on career stats of 689 games, 69 goals. Absolutely fantastic achievement, and what a player and what a servant of football. Now, following his retirement, he then got a job on Total Sport. He now does the core commentary with Nick Barnes, and he, you know, his commentaries are well renowned. He gives his honest opinion, says it how it is. He was also awarded an MBE in 2021 for his work on Show Racism, the Red Card. 25 years service working behind the scenes to try and kick out racism and stamp out racism in football. Again, absolutely fantastic achievement and fantastic servant. Just shows you, you know, what he's about. In May this year, I think he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, which he has came out and said that the treatment's gone well, the operation's gone well, and treatment is continuing. So, you know, we wish him well and hope he's on the road to recovery. But for me, just to summarise, an absolute legend of the club. But I'd love to know your thoughts and your memories of Gary Bennett. You know, what was your most favourite game? What was your most memorable moment? And let me know what you think on this Sunderland Legend series. And I'll do a few more if you think it's worthwhile and if you're enjoying them. But number one, Gary Bennett, absolutely fantastic. Watch out for the match preview. That's going to come out for the Coventry game, which will probably be out Thursday or Friday. But like I always say, thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.